Hi everyone, we ready to stretch? I am so ready to stretch. We'll wait a few seconds and see if anyone else will join us. So glad you're all here tonight for stretch class. We're going to be starting with the neck, going to the arms and the upper body, and then we'll hit the lower body and the back. And then at the end, you can choose to do Shavasana if you would like or not. And of course, my disclaimer that you're doing this at your own risk, but I think you probably all should know that, stretching, there should not be pain. You might feel a little tightness and a stretch and a pull, but you should never feel any pain. So we'll just get started and see how we do tonight. So our first set of exercises, I'm saying exercises, they're more stretches. You can either be on your knees or you can sit crisscross applesauce. I'm going to be on my knees because when I'm on my knees, it stretches out the front of my ankles. But some of you, that's not in your wheelhouse, or it's not comfortable. So I'm going to start here, and we're going to start with our head stretch. But actually, let's just close down our eyes. Place your hands heavy on your thighs. And just take a few breaths here just to pull you into this moment of stretching and releasing tension in our bodies. Keep your eyes closed down. Turn this down just a little bit more. Keeping the eyes closed. Okay, and let's blink open the eyes. And we're just going to drop our head to one side, and then we're going to reach the other hand down towards the other side. So you should feel a nice stretch here. If you want to add a little bit, you can place that hand near your ear. Please don't pull hard. It's just a little pressure to increase the stretch. And then from here, I want you to turn your head towards the ground and reach to the back of the neck, and then gently pull down. This will release the back of the neck, a little bit different area. You're still reaching long with the opposite arm. And then release. Let's do that to the other side, okay? Dropping first. And then reach long with this arm. You might need to reach out. Make sure you're actively reaching so that you can engage these muscles. And then if you'd like to add on with the hand, you may. And if you ever get tired, we're going to be in this seated position for a little while. So if you ever get tired, you can just go to the crisscross applesauce. So you can do all these exercises in that position too. Now let's turn the head down towards the floor, switch the hand, and a little gentle stretch. A little different area of the neck. Great. Okay, I'm starting to feel that stretch. I'm going to kind of release for a moment and then come back. Let's go to our wrists now. Okay, so we're going to take our fingers. So you can either put your fingers straight to the front, and then you'll come up and bend forward. I'm going to go a little further tonight. I'm going to turn my fingers towards my knees. And I'm just going to go to where I feel the stretch, not to where there's any pain or stretching too far. Oh, that feels good. Both the front and the back of my wrist. And then release that. And then we're going to put our fingers towards our knees and stretch the opposite way. This one is just a very gentle press, and you should feel it pretty easily. Not much. Yeah, great. Sometimes we ignore our wrists. We're going to circle it out and then circle them in. Okay, let's hit our bicep. So we're actually going to come up on our knees. You can still do it seated if you want. I'm going to place one hand on my belly and the other one thumb up towards the back, okay? And then from here, you're going to keep your body straight to the front, shoulders, hips, all facing forward. And you don't let those hips roll to the back. They stay facing as your arm travels to the back. And then I want you to lift it up just about 3 inches, and hold it right there. You should probably feel a little bit in your deltoid there. And then from there, we're gonna go up and down. Keeping everything square to the front. So not only we're stretching our chest, our pecs, deltoid is gonna go down into the bicep. Oh, I forgot to flip that wrist back. So you're gonna flip the wrist back too. Yeah, there we go. There's that bicep. That's an important part that I forgot. Let's do a few more up and downs. Yeah, great stretch. Let's do one more. And then can bring it back to the front and then release. Whew, really good. And I know as dancers, I know some of you may not be dancers, but we sometimes ignore our upper body stretches. So I always like to start with them. All right, other side, keeping the shoulders and hips square, hand towards the back wall until you start feeling that stretch. Now flip the wrist, so bend the wrist back and take it up about 3 inches. Yeah, there it is. And we're just gonna move it up and down just a little bit, like an inch. Several times, maybe like 5 times, 5 or 6. Super great. Let's do a couple more. So we do the same on this side as the other side. Bring it back to the front and release. Great work. Good. Swing your arms around, other way. Okay, you can sit back. Let's do our tricep. Arm up and back. Cradle your elbow, your head into your elbow, and then you can gently pull down on that elbow. Open the chest. Really think about opening the chest up towards the ceiling. You can even close your eyes here. And release. Let's do the other side. Very good. I sometimes press the back of my head into my elbow to increase that stretch across my delt and my pec. I also really feel it down my tricep. Close the eyes. And release. Good. Let's just take those arms and cross and uncross. All right, let's take the hands back. We're going to take them all the way to the back and we're reaching for the opposing elbow. Good. Rolling shoulder blades up, back, and down. And you can keep walking those hands until you feel a stretch. Cross your chest. Close the eyes. Breathe. Great, and release. Good. Okay, I'm going to flip to the side. You can stay right where you are. We are coming into child's pose, though. And we're going to reach long with our hands, but we're going to be on our fingertips, pressing. And we're going to press down on our fingertips, not letting the palm of our hand come down, but keep the fingertips. And we're going to act like we're trying to pull the fingertips towards our shoulder, but they're not moving. It will light up your whole chest. Okay, so we're going to come down. Just do regular child's pose for a second. Taking long through the arms. So this is where we're going to lift the palms of our hands and press down into the mat with our fingertips. And then pull back toward your shoulders, but the fingers don't really move. Holding here. And then release. Great. Let's take one arm up and back, look up to the ceiling, and then we're going to thread that arm underneath, trying to reach the back of the shoulder down on the floor. If you want to widen your stance, we probably should widen our child's pose down so you can sink down a little deeper. The palm of the threaded hand is up towards the ceiling. Breathe. shoulders and lats and inner thighs here. And let's take that arm back out. Take it back up to the stretch to the ceiling and then down. Let's thread the other one. Take it up and let's thread it through. So the palm is coming up. You're setting that shoulder down and you're reaching long with the one that's going to the front. Lots of good stretches here. Try to close your eyes. Deep breaths. Enjoy the stretch. And come back out. Stretch the arm up and back to center. Let's bring our knees back together. Let's do that fingertip one more time. First, just palms down, reach long in your child's pose. Now press those fingertips down into the floor. Pull them back. Actively start the pecs. And release. Great work. Okay, let's sit and swing our legs around. We did this one last Thursday. We're on our tailbone. We've got our feet planted. Fingers are facing the back, and they're about hip width, if maybe not a little bit wider than hip, but not too wide. And then we're going to lift our hips and just push it forward. Now, if you need to snake these hands back to get more stretch, you can walk your fingertips out. This is such a great stretch. Your neck can just be neutral. It can look up, and don't let it drop down here. Ooh, yeah, that's such a great stretch. I can tell I ignore my upper body sometimes. Let's walk it in. Oh, we have one more for the upper body, and then we'll go to the lower body. So we're going to swing around to our side, laying down on our side. So your knees can be like 45 degrees from your hips. And this, let's lay all the way down. This arm is like 45 degrees. It's straight out from your shoulder. Okay, then we're going to bend it up and drop it to the front. And you might just feel that stretch right there. That might be enough for you. It's an internal rotation of your shoulder joint. You don't want to push this too far. You might just feel that right there. It's a good stretch. If you want a little more, you can take this hand and just barely, I am just not kidding, barely pushing on that hand. And I can feel all of my rotator cuffs. I don't even need it. I don't even need that hand, really. And let's release it. And then go back in one more time. And release. Great work. Let's swing around to the other side. Oh, so good. Ooh, big shoulder rolls. Let's go to the other side. So again, knees are diagonal from your hips. Bottom arm is out from your shoulder, 45 degrees. You're laying down. You're going to bend this arm up, flip the hand, the palm of the hand to the side of the wall, and just drop down. Now, one shoulder might be more flexible than the other. So good. And release. And we'll do that one more time. Release. Great work. Yeah, we do have to come back up. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into our low lunge, or Anjaneyasana if you're a yogi. So I'm going to place one foot out. And we're going to reach forward and get a nice stretch. So in this pose, you can let your knees come forward. If you want a little more, you can squeeze that glute that's back here. You can feel the quads and the hip flexors stretching. Squeeze that glute. All right, now let's come back up to more of a neutral. And we're going to take that arm, that's the same arm as the leg on the floor, we're going to reach up and over. You might want to sink down again once you get your balance. Again, squeeze that glute. Now from here, this arm's just going to drop to the outside of that knee, and your other arm's going to reach out. It's kind of a balance challenge too, and you can look back at that arm. So we get a little spinal twist here, along with our hip flexor, quadricep stretch. And let's unwind that. Very good. Hands down. Sit back in your child's pose just for a second so you can switch legs. Let's take the other leg forward. And let's do that deep stretch first. So make sure this knee is not dropping out. We're going to keep that knee in line with the toes. Keep your back and your lower back long and stretched. Now let's squeeze that glute on the side where the knee is down on the ground to intensify your stretch. Because that's what we're here for, right? Good. Now let's come up. Find that balance. We're going to take that opposite arm as the front leg, and now we're going to sink down a little lower again and reach up and over so you're stretching the obliques as well. And squeeze that glute on the opposite side. Let's take that hand and replace it down so we're crossing the arm, and then we're going to reach back. Spinal twist. Full body stretch here. Even the neck is getting a little stretch. And let's unwind this. Very good. Send that leg back into child's pose. And let's come up to downward facing dog. Oh yes. So right here, let's just walk the dog out. Get a good calf stretch. Gently walking the heels down and down. And then just press both heels down to the floor. And hold. A little hamstring stretch as well. All right, let's raise one of your legs up to the ceiling, and then we're going to do pigeon. Yep, pigeon is one of the best. So you're going to bring that knee to the ground and walk that foot out straight. And like last week, if you need to bend this leg, that's fine too. So we're here. Let's place our arms out wide, and then just take a gaze up to the ceiling. And open your chest. And now let's take a walk. Let's take a walk. To your elbows or all the way down. Find your breath and your stretch. And walking it back, very good. Now, I have a little add-on here. You can go back to this and hold. If you'd like to try to bend that back leg and grab it for a deeper quad stretch, you can do that. And take your gaze up. Gently release. Super great. Put your hands flat on the mat. Tuck your toe. Stretch that leg up again. And then bring back down. Let's do that on the other side. Leg up. And into pigeon. Settle in. Let's take our hands out wide. And open the chest. Look up to the ceiling. Nice work. I'm so glad you're all here with me tonight. It's always nice to stretch with more than just me. It's very nice. All right, let's take that walk. Elbows can go down, arms can go straight, whatever works for you. Relax into the stretch. Gently walk back. And here is our option. You can go back to this. If you'd like to bend the back knee and grab back, you can. You can always grab with both hands if that's in your wheelhouse. Woo, I'm falling out. Kept grabbing too low. Gaze up. And release. So great. Hands in front. Let's go ahead and take that leg back up again. And come into your downward facing dog. One more time. Lift your heels. And then press down. Calf stretch. Great. Okay. Let's take one foot up and the other foot up. So you're in a wide, and I'm going to turn to the front. We're going to do in this wide, not going down to Malasana. We're going to take our feet out a little bit wider than that. And we're going to use our elbows to press back. Sometimes they call it an athletic stretch, I think. But even in this pose, I want you to think about lengthening through your back. You can even rock side to side. If you want to take a Malasana, that's fine too. Great. I know how good this feels. Hopefully you're all feeling good too. All right, hands on the floor. Turn your toes to the front. We're going to do some hamstring stretches standing tonight. So we're down here, we're letting our head hang. Toes are parallel. You're thinking about pulling your head to the floor and your hips up towards the ceiling. Let's walk the hands over to one side to isolate the stretch in that hamstring and glute. And let's walk over to the other side. One side might be better than the other. This is my really tight side. I have to really use my breath on this side. And let's come back to center. Let's toe heel those feet in. Bend the knees. Place your hands on your thighs And then stretch the legs long and feel your hamstrings stretching. Bend the knees again. And then stretch. You can always keep your hands down on the floor. You can even put your hands under your feet to add a little more resistance if you want. Bend the knees and then pull and stretch. Let's do that 2 more times. Bend the knees. Hips up. Last time. And hips up. And great, release the hands. Good. All right, let's make our way back down to the mat. And we're gonna go into straddle. So legs out. Let's flex the toe, or flex the ankles up to the ceiling. And settle into your nice straddle. Stretching the arms long. Let's reach out to one side. And up. Let's go to the other side. And again, this time we're going to open the arm towards the back wall. So you get an oblique stretch. And then coming back over and up. Other side. You can go a little deeper this time. Open the arms to the back wall. And over. Great. We're going to do this one more time with one more add-on to the side. Open it up. And we're going to turn the whole torso, reaching with the opposite arm. And up. Other way. Last time. Open the arm out. Now turn the torso square to the leg and hold. And back up. Excellent. Let's do a center stretch. You can stretch your toes now. And if you want to walk your hips a little forward, you can. You don't have to do that. You might feel a stretch right here. And so you just stay here. If you need to walk out to your elbows or to your hands out, wherever you feel your stretch, we'll be here for 1 minute. Just holding and breathing. Inhale. Exhale, so we can go a little bit deeper in the stretch. And let's walk it back. Great work. We're going to shake our legs in. We're going to head into our back. Some twists. So I'm going to go ahead and face this way again. I'm going to keep one leg long. I'm going to take the other leg over the top, wrap my arm, and twist to the side. Pulling, pulling, pulling that knee towards my chest. The other hand is down by your hip as if it's another spine. And then you're looking over your shoulder. And you're smiling. Another side. Some of my other classes I know you don't smile in. Let's do the other side. Cross it over. You smile at the end though, I'm sure. Like, yeah, I did that. I did that. And great. All right, let's take it all the way down. We're going to go into a figure 4 stretch. So pick your favorite figure 4. Cross it over, flex your feet, and pull through. Now in your figure 4, I want you to actively, you don't have to push on that knee unless you want to with your hand, but really make sure you're opening that knee to the side so you get the full benefit of the stretch. Close the eyes. Keep opening that knee out. All right, place the foot on the floor. We're going to take this leg that's been out, cross it all the way over. Okay? And then I want you to put your arms out to the side and drop your knee. Whatever leg is on the top, that's the direction you're going. And then you can look the opposite way. You can close the eyes. Feel the great benefits of a spinal twist. It's so great. So relaxing. Let's bring the head back to center. And then bring your knees back to center. And then uncross. And let's do the other leg. So stretch the other leg up, cross it over. Start with that figure 4. Making sure you're opening that knee out to the side. Close the eyes as you settle back down into it. See if you can go a little deeper in this stretch. Okay, let's place that foot on the floor. Cross this leg all the way over. And let's drop to the opposite side. And then look away from the knees. And bring your head back to center. I kind of don't want to come out of this. Bring your knees back center and uncurl and just walk your legs up and down. Good. All right, let's roll on our stomach. We're going to place our arms out in a T. And let's lift one leg up. You're going to bend it and then cross it over behind the other leg. Keeping your arms on the floor. Another great spinal stretch. But I'm also getting kind of a hip flexor right in here. And also a little bit of pec stretch. And release. So good. Let's do that on the other side. So turn your head to the other side. Lift that leg up and put it to the outside of the straight leg. and come back to center. All right, only a couple more stretches. This one, we're gonna put the soles of our feet together. If that's too intense for you, you can do one knee at a time, and I'll tell you when to change. So I'm just bringing that knee up and opening that hip. If you can and would like to bring both feet together, please do that. And I'll let you know when to switch if you need to switch legs. And switch legs if you're doing one leg at a time. And let's all come out of this stretch. Very good. Just a couple more. Let's roll over back on our back. We'll do a few hip bridges. Feet are flat. Lift those hips up. And then make it feel like a massage as you're rolling your spine down onto the floor. Good. 2 more of those. Lift it up. And then slowly roll down. And let's do one more. And then our favorite, who remembers? Happy Baby. I just love Happy Baby. It's like the cherry on top. It's like the dessert. It's the best. So let's pull the knees in first. And then flex the feet, reach for the outsides of the feet, and pull your knees into your armpits. Close the eyes. We're going to rock back and forth for that lower back massage. You can widen the feet out a little bit more for a more intense stretch, or they can go, the knees can go straight. Now pull those knees back in. Excellent work. Make everything really tight. Then stretch everything very, very long. Lots of energy through the fingertips and the toes. Like you're on a stretching machine. And then relax and place the palms of your hands up. Close the eyes. Put your favorite blanket over the top of you. And just relax. And you can stay here as long as you want. This is your Shavasana time, and if Shavasana is not for you, you don't need to do that. But I'm going to let you just chill and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm so glad that you made time to stretch with me tonight, and this will be on my YouTube channel if you need it at any time. And I miss all of you very much, and I hope to see you soon. And take care. Thank you for coming.